Good morning. Thank you for coming in today. Can you start by telling me a bit about your experience as a technician fitter?
Good morning. Thank you for having me. I have been working as a technician fitter for over 5 years. In my previous role, I was responsible for installing, maintaining, and repairing mechanical equipment. I've worked with various machines, pumps, and hydraulic systems, and have gained hands-on experience in troubleshooting and performing regular maintenance to ensure everything operates smoothly.
That sounds great. What do you consider the most important skill for a technician fitter to have?
I believe the most important skill is attention to detail. In this role, precision is key when installing or repairing machinery. One small mistake can lead to significant issues down the line. Additionally, problem-solving skills are essential for diagnosing faults and finding the best solution efficiently.
I agree. Could you give me an example of a time when you had to troubleshoot a mechanical issue?
Certainly. In my previous role, we had a situation where a machine was constantly overheating. I was asked to investigate the issue. I started by checking the cooling system and fan, but everything appeared normal. After further inspection, I discovered that a clogged filter was reducing airflow, causing the machine to overheat. Once I cleaned and replaced the filter, the machine started working properly again. It was a simple fix but required patience and a methodical approach.
Excellent problem solving there. Now, how do you prioritize tasks when multiple maintenance requests come in at once?
In such cases, I prioritize tasks based on urgency and impact. I usually tackle critical repairs that could cause safety hazards or large operational downtime first. After that, I address issues that can cause minor disruptions. And finally, I handle routine maintenance. I always make sure to communicate with the team and keep everyone informed about the status of ongoing tasks.
That sounds like a solid approach. What types of machines or systems have you worked with most in your career?
I have worked extensively with conveyor belts, hydraulic presses, and industrial pumps. Additionally, I have experience with pneumatic systems, motors, and drives. I've also done some work with CNC machines and automation systems. I'm always eager to learn and expand my knowledge to work on new equipment as well.
Good to know. Have you ever worked in a high-pressure environment where deadlines were tight? How did you manage?
Yes, in my previous job, there were times when we had urgent projects that required quick turnarounds. In those situations, I would assess what needed to be done, organize the tools and parts one would need in advance, and focus on staying calm and efficient. If the situation allowed, I would delegate tasks to others on the team, ensuring we could all work together to meet the deadline. I believe teamwork and good communication are key when working under pressure.
Delegating tasks is definitely important in such scenarios. Can you explain your experience with safety protocols?
Safety is always my top priority. Before starting any work, I make sure to inspect the area and ensure all safety equipment is in place, such as personal protective equipment, PPE, and lockout/tagout procedures. I also regularly review safety guidelines and make sure the team is aware of any updates or best practices. I've always made sure to follow standard operating procedures to avoid accidents and maintain a safe work environment.
Great. Now, how do you stay updated on new technologies or methods in your field?
I stay updated through a combination of methods. I subscribe to industry journals and attend relevant trade shows or conferences whenever possible. I also participate in online training programs and work closely with colleagues to share knowledge. Whenever there's an opportunity to learn a new technique or system, I jump at it, because the technology in this field is always advancing. Additionally, I keep a close eye on new tools and equipment that can improve efficiency.
That's a great mindset to have. Lastly, why do you want to work with us, and what do you feel you can bring to the team?
I've heard great things about your company's reputation for quality and safety, and I'd love to be part of a team that values both. I believe my technical skills, combined with my experience in troubleshooting and maintenance, would make me a strong asset to your team. I'm excited about the opportunity to contribute to your operations while continuing to develop my skills in a forward-thinking environment. I also enjoy working in a collaborative team and believe I can bring a strong work ethic and a problem-solving mindset.
Can you walk me through the steps you take when receiving a new job order or maintenance request?
Sure. First, I review the job order to understand the specific requirements and identify the equipment that needs attention. Then, I gather the necessary tools, parts, and safety equipment to ensure I'm fully prepared. Next, I inspect the equipment carefully, identifying any issues or areas that need repair. If I find something unexpected during my inspection, I communicate with the supervisor or client to ensure we are on the same page. Once the repair or maintenance is complete, I document the work done and test the equipment to ensure everything is functioning properly before closing out the job.
That's a thorough approach. How do you handle situations when you don't have the specific tools or parts needed for a repair?
If I don't have the required tools or parts, I first check with my team or supervisor to see if anyone else has what's needed. If we don't have it on site, I contact the supplier or vendor to order the necessary parts. While waiting, I make use of the time by completing any other maintenance tasks I can handle, like cleaning or inspecting other equipment. I also make sure to communicate the delay to the team so everyone is aware of the status and we can adjust the schedule if needed.
Sounds like you're good at managing time and resources. Can you tell me about a situation where you had to work with a team to solve a complex mechanical issue?
Definitely. At my last job, we had an issue with a large industrial machine that was intermittently shutting down during production. I was part of a team that worked together to diagnose the problem. We took turns checking different components, motors, wiring, sensors, and control panels, until one of the team members noticed an issue with the electrical connections. It turned out a loose connection was causing a short, which triggered the shutdown. We fixed it as a team, and the machine ran smoothly afterward. It was a great example of how collaborative problem-solving can lead to quick and effective solutions.
Collaboration is indeed key in troubleshooting. How do you ensure quality control and accuracy in your work?
I always double-check my work before and after completing any task. After repairing or installing machinery, I perform a thorough test to ensure everything is functioning correctly. I also follow the manufacturer's guidelines and maintenance schedules strictly to ensure the equipment runs efficiently. Additionally, I document each job with clear notes about what was done and any parts that were replaced, so it's easy to track the maintenance history and avoid repeating any mistakes.
It's great to hear that you follow such a systematic approach. Have you ever had to deal with a situation where a machine broke down unexpectedly during production? How did you handle it?
Yes, I've had a few instances where a machine broke down unexpectedly, causing production delays. In one particular case, a key machine in the production line stopped working due to a mechanical failure. I quickly assessed the situation, informed the team, and started troubleshooting the issue. I identified the faulty part, ordered a replacement, and while waiting for the part, I used temporary measures to get the machine running at a reduced capacity. Once the part arrived, I replaced it, tested the machine, and got it back up and running. Communication with the team was essential in keeping everything on track and minimizing downtime.
It's impressive that you handled that situation efficiently. How would you approach a situation where you need to train a new team member?
I believe in hands-on learning, so I would start by showing the new team member how to properly use the tools, follow safety protocols, and carry out basic tasks. I would walk them through the maintenance procedures, step by step, and explain the importance of each action. I'd also give them time to ask questions and practice the tasks under my supervision. Over time, I would allow them to take on more responsibility as they gain confidence. I think it's important to provide constructive feedback and offer ongoing support to ensure they feel comfortable and capable in their role.
That sounds like a great way to mentor new team members. How do you handle the physical demands of the job, such as lifting heavy equipment or working in challenging conditions?
I'm used to the physical demands of the job. I make sure to use proper lifting techniques and take regular breaks to avoid fatigue. If the task requires lifting heavy equipment, I always use available lifting aids like cranes or hoists when needed. I also stay in good physical condition by maintaining strength and flexibility, which helps me handle the physical aspects of the job more easily. If the working conditions are particularly challenging, such as in extreme temperatures or tight spaces, I always make sure to wear the appropriate PPE and take extra precautions to stay safe.
That's a responsible approach. Can you describe a time when you had to deal with a challenging customer or client regarding a repair or maintenance issue?
Yes, I had an instance where a client was frustrated because a machine we repaired wasn't working as expected. They were concerned about production delays. I remained calm, listened to their concerns, and assured them I would resolve the issue as quickly as possible. After investigating, I discovered a secondary problem that had gone unnoticed during the initial repair. I explained the situation clearly to the client, fixed the problem, and tested the machine to ensure it worked correctly. By maintaining transparency and offering a solution, I was able to restore the client's confidence in our work.
That's a good example of customer service in action. Last question. What do you think are the most important safety precautions a technician fitter should always take?
The most important safety precautions include wearing the proper PPE, such as gloves, goggles, and steel-toed boots. Ensuring that equipment is properly locked out before working on it is also critical to avoid accidental startups. I always inspect tools and machinery before use to ensure they are in good condition, and I make sure to work in a well-lit, clean environment. It's also essential to follow all safety guidelines and report any hazards immediately to ensure a safe work environment for myself and my colleagues.
Thank you so much for your thoughtful responses. It's been great speaking with you today, and we'll reach out after we've completed our interviews.
Thank you for your time. I look forward to hearing from you.